Today is April Fool's Day. Some of you already today may have fallen foul to a prank or a hoax from someone, or yourself carried out one of those on someone else. On the 1st of April 1998, Burger King took out a full-page advertisement in USA Today, advertising a burger designed specifically for left-handed people. They said the ingredients had been rotated 180 degrees, so that people who are left-handed would find it much easier to eat. They had thousands of inquiries as to where you could get the burger. How could anyone possibly believe that? How could they be so gullible? Many of you will be familiar with this location. It's Killynella Forest Park, a few kilometres from the centre of Newtownards, and just behind me is a walled garden, which is just at the entrance of Killynella. Let me take you back around 2,000 years ago to another garden, an olive grove a few kilometres outside the great city of Jerusalem. It's a place that Jesus had often gone to with his disciples, the 12 men he had chosen to follow him and spend 3 years with him. 3 years previously, 12 men, fishermen, tax collectors, freedom fighters, had left everything to follow Jesus, who was a carpenter from Nazareth, a small, insignificant town. They had put all their hope in him. They believed he was the Messiah, the promised, long-awaited king and rescuer, who would rid them from the oppressive might of the Roman Empire. It's Thursday of that first Easter weekend, and Jesus is in the garden with his disciples, and he's praying. As he does, drops of sweat come from his body mixed with blood. It's a medical condition called hematidrosis, and it occurs during periods of extreme physical and emotional distress. And as Jesus prayed, he was contemplating what would happen the following day and the horrors of crucifixion. And while Jesus was praying, his disciples had fallen asleep. And just as they woke, they hear the noise of a company of soldiers coming along the pathway, heavily armed, led by one of their own, their friend and fellow disciple, Judas, who had betrayed his master for 30 pieces of silver. Let me read you the account from Mark's Gospel. Just as Jesus was speaking, Judas appeared. He was one of the 12 disciples. A crowd was with him. They were carrying swords and clubs. The chief priests and teachers of the law and elders had sent them. Judas, who was going to hand Jesus over, had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man," he said. "Arrest him and have the guards lead him away." So Judas went to Jesus at once and kissed him. The men grabbed Jesus and arrested him. What a thing for one of your closest friends to do, for 30 pieces of silver. Judas gives the signal, and Jesus is arrested and led away. The following day, he would be beaten and crucified like a common criminal, crushed by the might of the Roman Empire. And the disciples are in turmoil, terrified and in hiding. It seemed that their hope had died along with their Lord. They had put all their hope in this man, their master, their teacher, their friend. And now they looked like fools. How could they have been so gullible? Was their hope misplaced? Over the next 4 days, we're going to look as the Easter story unfolds, the events of that first Easter weekend. The cross and the tomb weren't the end of the story. They weren't a sign of misplaced hope, but just the beginning. A hope which is all across the world, changed millions of people's lives as they have responded to Jesus. And let me encourage you to look out over the next 4 days at 1 o'clock on our Facebook, Instagram and YouTube channels as we see this unfolding story. And let me also encourage you to contact us through our website, www.scrabble.org, or through Instagram and Facebook if you would like to read for yourself an eyewitness account. This is the Gospel of Mark, produced by Biblica, and we'd love to give one of those to you. So just get in touch with us if you would like a copy of that. Have a great Easter. God bless.